Hello all. In this session, we'll write a assembly language program to convert given ASCII value to binary or hexadecimal number. So when we are converting a given ASCII value to the binary or hexadecimal number, we should know what are the inputs and what are their corresponding outputs. For example, the ASCII value is 30. The corresponding binary number is 0. For the ASCII value 31, the binary or hexadecimal equivalent is 1. So on from 30, 31, 32, 33 till 39. The numbers, the corresponding binary or hexadecimal equivalents are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for the ASCII codes 41, the equivalent is A, hexadecimal A. For the 42, B, 43, C, 44, D, 45, E, 46, F. So for the ASCII numbers, we need to know that your input would be your ASCII number and output would be binary or hexadecimal number. So now, as you see in the slide, your ASCII value may lie between the input value. Otherwise, the input ASCII value may be between the 30 to 39, between 30 to 39 or 41 to 46. So what is the procedure to be adopted to convert the ASCII number whenever it is between 30 to 39, or if at all it is lying between 41 to 46? There are two different procedures to be adopted to convert the ASCII to binary or hexadecimal equivalent. So in this case, like if the input value is between 30 to 39, if the input value is between 30 to 39, we simply subtract 30. We subtract 30 from the input value. So take an example. So if the input value is 35. So if the input value is 35, what do? Input value minus 30. 35 minus 30. And the result is 0.5. And now if you check the result is less than 0A. 0A means nothing but 10. So result is less than 0A. Therefore, store the result into the memory. Why? Because 0.5 is the binary or hexadecimal equivalent of 35. So you got your code conversion. So 35 is given and you have got the 0.5. Next, in the second case, if the input value is between 41 to 46. And for example, if the input value is 43. So first step is same. The input value minus 30. So 43 minus 30. The output is 13. And now check the result. So is the result above 0A? Here in this case, the result is above 0A. So when the result is above 0A, we go for the second step. So what we do here, the result minus 0.7. We subtract 0.7 from whatever the subtraction result. So when we do this 13 minus 0.7, we get 0C. And what is this 0C? 0C is the binary or hexadecimal equivalent of the number 43. So thus we have got the correct value. So after seeing the two cases, when the input is between 30 to 39 and then when the input value is between 41 to 46, then we proceed with the algorithm part. So this is our algorithm. So input the content of 5000 in accumulator register. So we are storing our input data in the 5000 memory location. So from the 5000 memory location, take the input value into accumulator. And then subtract 30H from the accumulator and compare the content of accumulator with 0A. whether it is above or below 0A. Now if content of accumulator is less than 0A, then go to step 6. Means just store the content of accumulator to memory location 6000. The destination or your result. The result is stored in the 6000 memory location. Otherwise, if the content of accumulator is greater than 0A, then subtract 07 from the accumulator and store the content of accumulator to memory location 6000 and terminate the program. Yeah, this is the flowchart. Flowchart also says the same thing. Now start. Next is here, take the input value into accumulator register, clear carry flag. So after clearing the carry flag, then subtract 30H from the accumulator. And obviously the result will be in the accumulator register only. Then compare the contents of accumulator with 0AH. So what is the instruction to be used? CPI 0A. Compare the content of accumulator with the immediate data 0AH. Now see here, when you are comparing any two numbers, one number may be greater than the other number, one number may be less than the other number or equal to the other number. Now in the first case, if the content of accumulator is greater than 0A. So what are you trying to do here? Usually the compare operation is done by subtraction. Internally the microprocessor does subtraction whenever it has to compare any two numbers. Now what does it do? The content of accumulator minus 0A. Now see here, if the content of your accumulator register A is greater than 0A, means what? You are subtracting a smaller number from a bigger number. When you are subtracting the smaller number from a bigger number, what happens? The result will be positive. And because result is positive, sign flag is equal to 0. And in this case, you don't need any borrow. So when you don't need any borrow, your carry flag will be equal to 0. In second case, when the content of accumulator is less than 0A. So what is the actual operation which is done? The content of accumulator minus the data 0A. Means now when accumulator content is less means you are trying to subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. What are you trying to do in the second case? You are trying to subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. So when you are trying to subtract a bigger number from a smaller number, sign flag will be equal to 1 because the result whatever obtained will be negative. So sign flag will be equal to 1. And the operation also requires the borrow. Therefore carry flag is equal to 1. And third case is when the content of accumulator is equal to 0A. When the contents may be same. So when the contents are same or when the data is same, what happens? The result will be 0. So when the result is 0, because you are subtracting the content of accumulator minus 0A, and when A is the accumulator register also has 0A. So the answer would be 0. So 0 flag will be equal to 1, carry flag will be 0 and sign flag will be 0. So this is what is done in the comparison operation. So coming back to the flow chart. So compare the content of accumulator with 0AH, with the immediate data 0AH. So if carry flag is equal to 1, so carry flag is equal to 1 means what? When the accumulator content is less than 0A. So when accumulator content is less than 0A, directly store the result. Store the result in the accumulator register to memory. And if carry flag is not equal to 1, so if carry flag is not equal to 1, then the content of accumulator is greater than 0A. So when after subtracting from 30, if the content of accumulator is greater than 0A, then subtract 07 from accumulator register. That is what is here, A minus 07, and result in A. And the result again store it in the memory and the program. Now writing the program. So first load accumulator 5000H means the content of 5000. What is the content of 5000? 43. So 43 will be loaded into accumulator register. First instruction. And set carry flag, complement carry. Set and complement both will clear the carry flag. And next what are you doing? SUI 30H. Subtract the content of accumulator with the immediate value 30. So A minus 30H. And the result in A. Now compare the content of accumulator with the immediate data 0A. So actually what do you get here? A minus 30 means 43 minus 30. So what I get is 13. So compare immediate 0AH. So what are you trying to do here? Now the content of accumulator is getting compared with 0A. So it may be greater, lesser or equal to. Jump on carry to x1. So if there is a carry. Now in this case there won't be any carry. So when there is no carry, what happens? In this particular example, when A is 43, yes, carry flag will be equal to 0. So when carry flag is equal to 0, it does not take the jump. Now the data in the accumulator is 13 minus 07. A minus 07. So what is your result? 0C. STA 6000 means the content of accumulator. What is the content of accumulator? 0C will be stored in the memory location 6000. Terminate the program. So this is how we converting given ASCII value to the corresponding binary or hexadecimal. So if there is carry, directly it jumps to the storing the result to memory location. If there is no carry, then it subtracts the content of accumulator minus 07 and then store the result. Thank you all.